fuck, I'm getting old, man.
You're not like Moses. Moses' eyes never dim, bro. Spent that time in front of the serpent.
Tell me about it. I love my job. Sometimes I fucking hate my job. I just hate the fucking white people out there. I literally do. Oye, ¿viste mi silla? No. Yo, ese fucking puto blanquito me lo cogió, man. Para hacerme maldades. Yeah, siempre está haciendo eso, man. Odio ese fucking pendejo, man. Que se cague su madre ese pendejo también. Fuck your asshole. Zippy those bodies. That's how you work. All right, let me read this real quick. This is from Borderlines. This is Borderlines. This is page 135. 135, and it says, I am the Lord your God. This is Exodus 20, verse 2. Why it said, for this reason, at the sea, he appeared to them as the mighty hero doing battle. As it said, the Lord is a man of war. At Sinai, he appeared to them as an old man, full of mercy, and it said, they saw the God of Israel. This is Exodus 24:10. Etc. And of that time, after they had been redeemed, what does it say? And light of the very heaven of clearness. Again, it says,
Yeah, people said yesterday, this is not the day to be doing all this shit. You know, like a lot of people was very rattled and it was Hanukkah and whatever, and they just didn't feel like it.
Exactly. No, it's not drama. It would be a drama if they would remove someone normal, but that is not drama. That's like a dog bites a man. It's not a story.
Well, I don't know because I haven't been. Oh shit! Hold on. I haven't been today around. And I just found a message of Pepe, and I was like, okay, there must have been some drama.
He wrote it, some little bitch. Like, he was like, this is Isa's room. You're not allowed to do this. Isa would never allow this. And they're like, bye.
Well, I mean, like, when I'm not there, it's your room or anybody of that, you know.
Like,
it's our room. It's our room. It's not my room.
No, but I also didn't care, you know. They were like, I don't know, like 12 marks, you know.
Of course.
And someone put him down, like, who did it? Who did it? Who did it? He went back down. Like, who did it? Like, Isa would never allow it. I never take down people down. Like, and then someone took him down again. People actually declined, to be honest.
Let me see. What's the name? Raymond. Hold on. Sorry.
I don't think a troll has any like right to complain about being removed, and you know.
But he always does shit. Like sometimes, like every once in a while, I find a message from Pepe, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, this happened in the room." I'm like, dude, just behave, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And he does the same shit. Like so, sometimes he even comes and like insults me. You know, and then he wants me to defend him. It's like when he came into the TikTok thing, and he started cussing out the new people we met through Bibi. He met this very nice Jewish women that were teaching us how to use fucking TikTok, and they were like, okay, yeah, you sent these gifts, and they were sending us gifts and whatever. And then Pepe came in the room and he was drunk. Cynic was saying, "Oh, you have to accept him." So he came in the room. He was drunk. He started calling them insults and yelling at them like a crazy woman, like like when you yell on the horrible. He was drunk, so Baby kicked him out of the TikTok. He went to pitch to Mikel, to Cynic, like, "Oh, I was kicked out of the room, and Isa was with this woman." And then Pepe did a room about me, and then I here on Clubhouse. And then when I finished the TikTok thing, I came here, and somebody told me, "Oh, there's a room about you." I'm like, okay, I went in there. He was still drunk. I got on stage, and I'm like, "Okay, Pepe, like, are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, you didn't defend me on TikTok." I'm like, "Why would I defend you? I mean, like, you're behaving like an idiot. You're creating chaos. Why should I defend you? Like, you're coming there, like, making a fool of yourself, and then relating to us, like, linking yourself to us. Like, they're gonna hate us too. Like, you're stupid." And it was like a whole drama. But he always does this thing. He's like, he likes to attack and create chaos first, and then he's like asking people to defend him. And it's like, well, I don't know. Like, you are an adult, You're an adult. You're 40 years old or older. I don't know how old he is. And it's like, you cannot expect people to not have a reaction against you when you're rattling them and then play the victim. You just can't. But anyway.
Oh, you didn't know that Pepe doesn't have a very high IQ? That he is like a former boxer and he's an alcoholic and he, could possibly, anyways.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, he just has sometimes this type of behavior, and when he realizes that he has fucked up and that people is not putting up with him, then he just wants people to defend him. He just becomes a liability, like, I like Pepe. I like him to be in rooms, when he's being a civil guy, but he is a liability because it's like, I cannot defend him all the time because that people, I don't know, like, it's just not, I don't know, but, like, it doesn't make much sense.
By the way, what's his face? Music. I don't know where you got this data, but it's incorrect.
What is the PTR? Let me check.
Yeah, like it's like, for example, Russia with 400.
If
or
that's
like
true.
Turkey. No, Turkey has like a few thousands. Not
but Russia is it's about 500. I think it was in 2023 or something. Oh yeah, it says there. Figures estimated. I've seen it before. Yeah,
but for Turkey, for example, it's a few thousands, and here it says 500.
Okay, and the United Kingdom in 2023, I don't think it was 12,000. It was more like 6,000. But I remember it was like tenfold of Russia. It was like 5,000 or 6,000. So yeah, you might be right.
I tell you why I have this problem, because it's comparing like democracies that report and has like visibility to countries that, it's like with the rape thing, how many rapes are in Israel compared to Gaza, okay? In Gaza, 0. And in Israel, X amount, okay? Because we actually report it.
Yeah, they're not reporting.
Exactly. When you take someone in Iran, they don't like, okay, here is like, go to our website and you can see, like, they just take you off the street.
PTR.
Oh, I'm just checking you have a PTR with the Sephiroths or the Sephiroths, whatever, of Kabbalah. I just screenshotted it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting. I've been talking to Nora. Talked to her like extensively last night, and I tried to get her to shoot an apology video for her elevator behavior. And it's like talking to a 10-year-old child who throws tantrums, and don't think I'm going to be able to get her to read a scripted apology onto YouTube, because I'm almost sure, because I was literally on Instagram last night, and sure enough, there's Nora's face pops up from the Chicago Jewish Alliance, and they're saying it's people like this, you know. So I'm like thinking, man, if she writes a comment, a reply, she puts together a professional apology video, posts it on Meta, posts it on YouTube, posts it on the TikTok, X, etc. Like, holy shit, like it could go viral, and it could maybe change, it could help her because she's unemployed, and like she needs.
But she does not apologize. She doesn't. Like,
That's the problem. She won't. She's like she's too politically polarized.
it will not become viral because words don't really impress us too much anymore. All the condemnation and like the letters and like the apologies and the lip service. No. You wanna, if she wants to kind of make a man, go volunteer somewhere like in a Jewish center, donate money, I don't know, write a piece for the newspaper, not like give me a fucking apology. I don't believe it's solid. And it will not be viral because none of us will buy it.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yeah, but that's why it could.
Like the day after, it will be like the day after, like, guys, I had a mental breakdown, I totally apologize. This is like amazing.
Well, I'm just saying because it's, you know, it can be seen as being insincere. For that alone, it could like make it go viral. I'm not saying like viral. I'm just saying like, but anyways, it's just for her. Anyways, you get the point.
I'm going through your profile photos, Edmund, and you have two of me. One is the number 9 of 40, and the other one is the 13 of 40.
How do you see? Oh, you have page.
If you click on his profile and then you start swiping,
I
are you
see
following
only
him?
the first one.
No,
Yeah, I
because
see
you're
the
not
first.
following him,
Ah, okay, hold on.
and he needs to follow you back.
Yeah, now I didn't. I didn't know this.
The number 9 and the number 13. Did you do this of me? Cock for Thomas?
No, that wasn't me.
Red hat?
Gosh, it's Thomas.
Yeah, Edmund.
I'm just saying because it's.
Yeah, he's very, like a cock is like a simp or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Cock for Thomas, that's my make America great again, my MAGA hat. And you changed it for Cock for Thomas?
No, I didn't change it. I saw somebody.
What's the face? Did you do like this? How do you consciously do this?
Somebody had
Oh,
a.
yeah. But that is his own. That is his. That's the point.
No, but I thought it was a different profile, but now I see in her picture here. It's a clash of words. What's her name? Point. Yes. I love Point.
Yeah, I love
I think it's the best character of yours.
What the fuck is going on here?
Can you talk like Point, Edmund?
What the fuck?
Hey, Big Grandma.
How are you guys
You're
Good. You?
doing? Good.
You want me to,
Motherfuckers.
you want me to talk like
What's
that?
going on with it?
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
I'm so sick of talking to all these Jews on this app all the time. All they do is think about Jews.
I love Point.
They're never thinking about the goys. All they do is think about the Jews, and that's very selfish. And anyways, I gotta get to the television studio because I'm a famous model. And I'll be back.
So what? So what should we
When
do
he
with the
comes-
Muslims?
When he comes into the booking room with Point, they all listen to him.
Where are you from?
Well, we're gonna
I'm
listen
from
to
Egypt, bro. I'm from Egypt.
Yeah, we're gonna listen to this interview with this Egyptian that I'm sure you know.
You know, Raymond Ibrahim is like, he's Coptic like me. He's my Coptic
I
brother.
know his.
We should start with the Muslim Brotherhood.
Hell yeah, bro.
I know he's Coptic and he's very good. I discovered him probably like 6 months ago, 10 months ago. The first time I listened
Yeah,
to
he's
him.
like my third cousin. He's like my third cousin of mine.
He actually sounds a little bit like you, and sounds
Oh,
a little
you're
bit
Egyptian?
like sounds
Yeah,
a little
man,
bit
Coptic
like
Egyptian.
And
sounds
you
a
are
little bit like. Do you remember this guy Daniel called? Fucking hell. He's Nigerian, but he's also Christian. In this room.
check them out.
No, he's black and he's very annoying.
Mushi.
No.
No.
Hold on.
I know who you're talking about.
Are you in Egypt now?
No. So I'm right now in the States.
But you were born in Egypt?
Yeah. Born and raised. And sometimes I go back to visit. Yeah, but
And you also hate Israel?
Oh, of course. Yeah. No, I love Israel. I hate Hamas and who some people call Palestine and all of that crap.
How come you have this mindset as an Egyptian?
And it's true. I
Because,
also talked to him before.
No, I'm curious.
Because Israel is fighting Hamas, which is part of the
No.
Muslim Brotherhood.
I know this, but when we speak to Egyptians here, at least, they don't share your.
Because they're Muslim.
Because
the
he's a
Egyptians.
Christian.
I'm a Christian. I'm an Egyptian Christian, right? So the Egyptian.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you'll find is that Egyptian Christians mostly support Israel, whereas Egyptian Muslims support the terrorists, Muslim Brotherhood of Hamas, right?
Okay. Good to
Yeah,
know.
it's different.
Yeah, I mean, we Christians in Egypt have been severely persecuted by the Muslim Brotherhood and by these Islamic terrorist groups, right?
Yeah, they relate more to what's happening to Israel.
Good to know
It's
that there's
actually
still hope for
interesting.
Egypt.
Yeah, well, I
If
mean,
you
there's
take out
not
the
many Christians in Egypt.
You know, but I think that the world doesn't speak enough about Muslim Brotherhood. I think that in the last 2 years that we had like discussions here, we hardly ever mentioned the Muslim Brotherhood, which is basically the root of the cancer. And
Muslim Brotherhood was founded by Hassan al-Banna in Egypt, right, in the 1930s. And since then, it assassinated like dozens of people in political power and government offices, right, in Egypt. And
Guy
sometimes
Raymond
it
talks
took,
about it a lot.
yeah, they took power in 2012 for 1 year, from 2012 to 2013 in Egypt, when Morsi took power. He was the president of Egypt, right? He was part of the Muslim Brotherhood. And they
Broke
burned,
out friend, no?
yeah. From 2012 up until like today, in those 10 years, they burned 100 churches in Egypt, bombed and burned 100 churches, killed thousands and thousands of Egyptian Christians in Upper Egypt, kidnapped. There are kidnapping a lot of Coptic girls and women, right? They're just terrible, bro.
In the last decade, you say?
Sorry?
In the last decade?
Yeah, only the last decade, right? Like even before the last decade, they burned so many churches and killed so many people. I'm just talking only in the last 10 years. They bombed up 100 churches. So these are like big time terrorists, right? And the
Yeah, I
Hamas.
remember all the protests in the West to save Christians in Egypt and all the condemnations of the UN and all the.
Yeah, man.
None of this happened.
The Muslim Brotherhood is the seed, right, that brought forth all of these other terrorist groups like ISIS, Al Qaeda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And no one is like, they're hardly mentioned.
Yeah.
Well, guess
It's all
who's
sprang from Egypt, from the Muslim Brotherhood. Yeah.
guess who's married to one of the members of Muslim Brotherhood? Alex Soros is married to Anthony Weiner's ex-wife, Noura, or what's her name? Abedin. What the fuck's her first name? Is it Noura Abedin?
Abigail from the Young Turks.
No, Alex Soros married Anthony Weiner's ex-wife, and her father is one of the founding members of Muslim Brotherhood.
Yeah, man, they're terrible, bro. And Hamas is the branch of Muslim Brotherhood.
One of them. So you left Egypt at what age?
18
With your family, or they're still there?
with my family, yeah.
Your direct family, but you still have family there that is not your direct family, right?
Correct.
Or no? Were you ever in Israel?
Yeah. No, but I really want to go there. I want to visit there. Yeah.
Well, that would make sense for Coptic, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I want to visit the Holy Land. Also, I heard a lot of beautiful stuff about Israel, right? Like other, cities like Tel Aviv and stuff like that where I want.
Oh, you would love
Yeah,
it.
it's a beautiful state.
Israel is a beautiful country. I love it a lot, man. Yeah. There's
Plus,
conflicts
there's the natural sites, just like the historic biblical sites, the general historic sites.
and Tel Aviv.
They're shocked to accept, like all people are shocked to know that I'm an Egyptian that supports Israel. You know, there's a Coptic Christian, and most Coptic Christians do support Israel, actually.
Interesting. But why is there such? Is that just because of the Arabs and Islam that overran Egypt?
Yeah, and like being part of the Muslim Brotherhood, being like a Islamic terrorist group. And
Do they want their own kind of like Coptic state or something, or no?
You know, this is a very interesting point. In the past, so there was actually a movement called the Coptic Nationalist Movement. Right, but it quickly got disseminated by the government, right, and they exiled anyone who was like a leader of that group, right.
Okay, fine. Are there whispers of wanting one?
No, there are whispers. So it's divided because for me, I used to say I want one, right, but now but actually I changed my mind. I say no, I want all of Egypt because all of Egypt belongs to us, right? Because the people who
you want the entire Egypt? You want like the whole Nile under Coptic control?
Yeah, because it's our land. We're the original indigenous people of Egypt, right? They're the ones who came and conquered the 7th century, right? Right? And
but
so
like,
it's our land.
they're also there. Like, what do you want? An apartheid with Coptic set up as the taskmasters on the Arab servants? Gee, I've heard that song before.
Except you know that the Copts, the ancient Egyptians are our ancestors, right?
I know. You guys are related. And then you're like Christians now, and also influenced by the Greeks that came in. Like, you guys have been changed a fair bit. But I'm saying, you want to push away the Arabs that live there now?
No, they can live there, but they have to be under our control, yeah.
Okay, back to the taskmasters.
Yeah. I mean, that would be the goal. That would be the dream. I mean, of course, it's never going to happen, right? It's just like, if you're asking me what do I want as a dream, right?
Well, no, because when I say, do you want your own state, I mean, do you want to be self-sufficient as a nation or exist as a respected organization that pre-exists the state it currently needs and relies upon?
Yeah, but I agree with you, except maybe like the dream that I shared with you will never happen, but maybe like the state, yeah, I would want.
I'm saying your dream is incomplete. Until you're dreaming of the Coptic janitors and city planners, you have not dreamed of a Coptic state. Right? Yeah. That was Herzl. Herzl really like just out of his pen, just like spat out a formed state. All the criteria, all the organizations, go appoint officers for this, that, and the other, tell them to find people for this, that, and the other, and he was done. He was done for the day. He published it, and the word was written.
Yeah, you know, I make like a lot of similarities between like, you know how people say that Jews are very smart, which is true, right? Mm-hmm.
I think the Egyptians have known that for a while.
Yeah, they've done that, yeah. But the Copts are, and actually they've done IQ tests where they found that the Copts are actually averagely smarter than the Egyptian Muslim, right? They've done that.
Could be. In general, there's a fair argument to be made for communities that maintain their cultural identity, that if they have achieved a position of civilization, complex, developed civil organization, that they can just transfer that skill set into other environments. Those are portable skills, being civil.
You know that the Copts, for example, in Egypt, almost all the jewelry stores, right, are owned by the Copts, right? The biggest family in Egypt are you know, the billionaires, right? Are all Copts, the Sawiris, right? They own.
So you think they've got enough money to pull it off?
Yeah, and it's sort of like we own all the like you know, the Ministry of Finance in Egypt has always been, you know, they always appoint the Copts for that, right? So the Copts have always been
They're that.
They're incredibly intelligent. If you give them like a state goal, that would be incredible, right? I always want to see that.
All right, so get like a nice little jewel of the Nile or something. That's some little delta.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe. There are, by the way, villages that are all.
Yeah, the Nile's a big damn river, man. Like.
But except you yourself, the greater Israel wants all of Egypt, right?
All of Egypt? No.
The Nile, right? Don't you guys want the Nile?
Up to the Nile.
He's in.
There's an old like.
He's in denial.
But the Abrahamic prophecy, like to be brought, I don't know if that's copied by like Jacob and it could be argued that some of that portion is to go to the Arabs and the Edomites.
You could also say it's a metaphor. Not many religious people who are so literal remember this thing called metaphor. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, I think so.
So
I was just
what I'm
quoting
saying
it.
is that Israel is kind of focused on that region for the 12 sons. I think the broader, like, messianic Abrahamic promise from the Euphrates to the Nile, that's more of like an Abraham Accords kind of thing. Like everyone having a federated model where they're on the same page, and Israel still gets to exist independently, like New York gets to exist independently among the United States of America.
Yeah.
So, like, I think in terms of the broader promises, that's the Abraham, so further back, and other beneficiaries. To me, that seems like a federation model, and Israel is a very specific, Jewish-focused recollection of the Abrahamic religion that they think is important. But they do think that there's a broader concept, and they'll, like, accept Abrahamic monotheism to some degree, but that they won't be, like, strictly under the kingdom of Israel. It's more like they'll bend the knee to the same God.
Okay. Yeah.
And Christianity and Islam, according to many, are like the beginning of the fulfillment of that.
Yeah.
We say that they're all like making mistakes in one way or another, like, this one's idolatry, this one's following a false prophet. But, like, they're trying to talk about the God of Abraham. If you ask anyone.
Yeah. But I do hope for a Coptic state, though. I mean, you'll see amazing stuff if that happens, right?
But I don't doubt it. I'm kind of pro-states. I feel like any intentional organization of people that's, like, functional, effective, and good for the world should stick together long enough until it's a state. I'd say that for banks. I'd say that for religions. I'd say that for towns and cities and villages and rivers.
The thing is, like, a lot of people will say, like, because a lot of Copts don't, of course, they'll severely disagree with me when I say I want the Coptic state, because they'll say, no, we belong in Egypt. Egypt is our land, that type of thing. So, yeah, you'll always have that going into the minds.
Okay, so listen, if they have done well, and Egypt, the current structure of it, has been good to them, then they'll feel safe. Until, you never know when there's, like, a violent uprising and all of your wealth gets traded over to your enemies. It's just a question. It's a question of how well you're navigating and how deep your ties are with the existing sovereignty.
Yeah, I guess I agree.
And like you're right, any kind of move towards statehood could be a good call or the call for destruction. Case by case.
Yeah, and to be honest, I now have to apologize so much to Isabel because you wanted to talk about trade with Ibrahim and play the recording, and we went on a very big tangent. And so I greatly apologize for that.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Actually, I just watched this interview yesterday, and I wanted to watch it again because I thought it was extremely interesting. But I was kind of like falling asleep when I was watching it, and I wanted to play it again. And I mean, like whoever wants to listen to it, because it's like this guy is super interesting. He has done so much research and studies, on Islam, and he has written a few books that explain like the whole evolution of Islam that I have never been able to. I mean, he's the person that I have found that really puts things into perspective. He really understands the behaviors, he really understands the history, the eschatology, the spiritual component. He really is able to dissect in detail what is happening right now in the US and kind of like the relationship between like Jews and Christians and Islam. And I think it's worth having a listen to this guy, because he's, I don't know, I think that the way that I try to always, let's say, explain what I think about Islam is the way that this guy puts it out. But unlike me, he does have a lot of knowledge on history and on details, and he really knows how to verbalize it. And yeah, I think just he's amazing. And yesterday they published this interview with the trigonometry guys. I really like the trigonometry guys, so the conversation is really, really worth listening to. And so I just wanted to share it with people on Clubhouse. I mean, like, of course, you don't have to listen to it, but I would love to play it here in full, the whole interview. And whoever wants to kind of like accompany the listening, maybe we can discuss later. But yeah,
Yeah, when are you doing it?
like right now, I open the room for that.
Before you start, Elisa, may I just say something for 1 minute without interruption, please?
Of course, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. First of all, you need to know that something like that would not really be accurate, because when I say the history of Islam, when it is said by non-Muslim, is it gonna be with the same thing if it is said by a Muslim and someone who studied?
You will have to.
I said please not interrupt. Please. That's number one. So each one will talk about something according to his or her perspective. Let's say, for example, why don't we make a debate about what do you think about Isa? Haters of you will say things, and lovers for you will say other things, although you are the same person. That's number one. Number two, I heard some bullshit yesterday about F Islam, F Muhammad, F Allah, and all these things. I don't think that you will like something like that about your religion, about your backgrounds, about all these things. If you're talking about violence against some specific people, and whom I mean here Jews, what about the violences that took place against the Muslims and mosques? You would say freedom of speech, you would do the same, will you act with the same, although it is the same fucking action, same fucking violence against civilians, against innocent people. So it's not gonna be the same reaction, meaning you are not objective people. Right? Why didn't you talk about the person who was Muslim and tried to prevent and stop this violence which took place 2 days before?
And we're not gonna get into it right now. So listen, I understand that you might feel attacked because of other people's opinion, but I mean, you're more than welcome to stay and listen to the interview. If you have got any comments, then by all means, like say it. This is an Egyptian guy that knows Islam inside and out. He has studied the history of it. He has written several books about it. He is actually very knowledgeable in my view, and he can be seen as a scholar. And he understands very well the context, and I think that he is very fair in judging these things objectively.
Of course, you think it's fair because what he's saying is according to your agreements.
This is a good thing about people's agency, Masri, and is that people can listen to different things and then make up their minds as they see fit according to the information they have absorbed. If you want, you're welcome to listen to him so that you see what he's saying. And then you can have an opinion whether it's true or not true. But I don't think that judging someone.
I really don't have time. I'm sorry. Please believe me in that. That means that I don't want to be in your work.
Okay, then just take the link and go listen.
You know that. Okay? But at the same time, please, why don't you listen to the same people who are talking about Islam with love or with good? Why don't you listen about the people who converted to Islam, whether they were atheists, Jewish, or Christians?
Listen,
If you are fair and looking for fairness, as you say, I believe that you should do that.
Okay, fine. I will play this. If you don't like it, you're welcome to leave. If you want to join us and share it with us, you're welcome to stay. But I think that you trying to say that something is objective or subjective before you listen to it, I don't think it.
Hey, Issa, I'm sorry, but I just don't have time for this right now. So, anyways.
Okay.
But thank you. Very little.
Yeah, if someone doesn't want to listen, they don't have to listen. I don't understand. What's the issue?
I don't know. If you don't want to listen to it, you don't have to stay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm just gonna let me just see Daniel because he wanted to listen to it.
Oh, Daniel left.
He's in VP's room.
Yeah. Huh?
He's in VP's room.
In what?
BB's room.
He said he was gonna come back, and I said, and I asked him if I should wait a little bit for him to be here, and he said yes. And I'm just telling him we're already
You saw what happened yesterday in Australia. It was so sad.
playing. We're ready to start playing. Okay. Yeah, because I told him like I wanted to. Are you guys okay to listen to? I mean, I'm gonna play it, but I just want to know if you are interested.
I'm going to the Dead Sea Caves tomorrow, so I got a couple hours to kill for now, and I'm going to bed.
Oh, you're gonna go to the Dead Sea?
Are you gonna look for new scrolls?
Yes. Yes, actually, I'm gonna go pirate for some new scrolls.
Nice. Ooh, bury some.
Does that sea have got any form of life?
No.
Like zero?
Just saying.
Yeah, nothing can live there. It has like some interesting minerals and maybe some plankton or something, but like no fish or anything. Nothing that we would recognize as life.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, so he's in Bibi's room.
But someone is saying you're a hater of Islam.
Yeah, whatever. They can say whatever they want.
By the way, Isa, are you would you get angry if I say if I tell you that I'm an Islamophobe?
I don't care. You can hate whoever you want to hate.
I don't hate Muslims, but I hate Islam.
Yeah, well, I have a similar position. I think that Islam is a very toxic ideology. Oh, look. Okay, you got about 60.
What?
Look who's here.
Hello?
Who's here?
Your favorite.
Oh, I don't know.
I've been trying to get Nora to create an apology video. What do you think, Diego? I think it's a great move on her behalf.
I told her deny.
Well, that's because you've never probably apologized for anything.
Here we go.
I really feel that the best thing that could have happened is when I cut my face, but instead of it cutting my face, that it cut my neck and I died. That would have been the best course of action.
Well, how can you ever hope to achieve anything if your life is what is this, retards in fucking outer space or something? Is this fucking retards in outer space? I think we finally hit the peak of retardation here. Retards in outer space. Anyways, Nora, you're going to do what you want to do. I'm giving you really good career moves, personal life moves, because like you have to resuscitate your character. Like your reputation has been demolished. And this isn't just projection. This is like strategic communication consulting. I'm telling you, like I live stream myself 100 hours a week. All communication is hypnosis. And if you put out a sincere apology video, even if it comes off as fake because you're reading from a script, the effect in the brain of the recipients is still the same. So don't discount my advice. I think Diego will agree with me if he heard my arguments. And Diego, we spent over 2 hours yesterday talking about this. So I'm kind of burned out.
Jewish attorney and manager.
Exactly. Because Diego, at the end of the day, you would like Princessia to have a job, right? Working downtown, making a living, having a car, having a social life, going out on dates on a Friday night. I mean,
I'm tired of going on dates on a Friday night.
You don't want her to be social? What are you talking about? You want her to sit here and listen to you playing fucking Star Wars? The fuck?
Listening to him playing Star Wars is more, I find, better for my soul.
That's because your soul's retarded, and you have a retarded space cowboy here.
Listen, Diego, you know that the reason I'm sad that my face got cut open is because I don't want you to see my face like that. It's not about me. Like, I'm. You know, music, how girls like will go out with guys just to get a free meal, just to get like food. I can't do stuff like that. That's just never been in my
repertoire.
I just am not like that. I cannot hang out with you if I do not like you.
Yeah, well, most people don't want to hang out with somebody that they don't like.
No, girls are willing to go on a date for like the free food. It's like, you see all
Yeah, but as soon as the meal is over, they're ready to splits.
I've had divorced women tell me that they want to sleep with me, but go out with other guys for the free food.
And how do you feel about that?
Diego,
They're saying that they're looking. Yeah.
you got to stop the copyrighted music here. You're going to kill my live stream.
It's so true. It will like recognize it. That's hilarious. That's a great way to get hypnotized life.
Yeah, that's what the Bitcoin room does. They try to play background music to prevent me from streaming their room.
So they want your lovemaking, but they want other men's money? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. But they care less about the lovemaking as opposed to the money. They don't really. The lovemaking is like inconsequential to the bird in the nest. The bird in the nest just wants to get fed and cook the eggs.
He's had women say that they want him to sleep. They want him to sleep with them, but want other men to pay for their meals. He just said that. Did you not hear him?
Oh, I thought it was the opposite. My bad.
Is it not what you said?
Because they're dating, you know, they're looking for another husband, but they have needs, physical needs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard
But
it.
anyway, so John, I don't know that we should be considering to do an apology. I don't know if we would. I don't think we would masturbate.
It's an experiment. See, Nora, if she puts out a very sincere apology video, everybody's going to criticize it saying it's fake. So it'll be like a viral video, especially with people here on this app. They will fucking hate hearing Nora issue a sincere apology. Not hate, but they will distrust it. So it's an experiment.
But what I'm saying, John, is that she doesn't even understand what character trait descriptions are yet.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna have to bounce. I can't play this copyrighted Spielberg music. I apologize. Well, that's because he's a co-producer over here, you know? And he thinks he's in the running for Anti-Semite of the Year. The guy is fucking...
John, like I said, if I did not have this thing on my face that's really making me self-conscious, I would like put on a little bit of makeup and I would do this video. At least I would make a video and send it to Diego and see what he thinks. And if he says it's okay, I would post it. But there's no way after I read all the comments that I read yesterday that there's any benefit. Like, people hate me no matter what.
I know, but this is the point. That's the point. That's okay. You're gonna get mocked. Believe me, I know. Every single comment is "you bald asshole." Believe me. Mockery is part of communication. Mockery.
You're making my wrinkle show.
Mockery comes with the video. But I'm just telling you, like, see, Diego, I was on Instagram yesterday, and sure enough, look at my PTR. Look at my PTR. That's Nora on my feed in 2025 in December, still showing up. Her video gets millions and millions all around the world. And so she's floating. People know who she is. And so what I'm saying is, if she released a professional, in a business-like way video of a succinct and sincere apology, it would really help her life. It would help her psychology. Because even if people leave mockery comments, that's still her verifying her existence, her identity, that people will gossip and lashon hara her and attack her. That gives her the truth, like people are nasty, but she's trying to be a professional and to be polite. This is what I would call
She's nasty too.
Yeah, she's nasty too, but I would call this reintroducing nice Nora back into polite society. That's the strategy. Because again, polite society is the goal here. She has been excommunicated from polite society. She can't get a job because of that video.
I'm gonna help you, but first let's do the building blocks. Go ahead, Nora. Read to him what happened.
Okay, hold on. I was putting on eyeliner to try to feel a little bit better.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty.
You guys are also live, by the way, in the Ride Corey Bank. I'm making a deposit here.
Where do you want
Is
me
that
to send it?
copyrighted music? I apologize.
It's his voice.
There you go.
Diego, where do you want me to read from? Because you already read most of this.
From the top of it. He hasn't heard it.
Okay.
Oh, good. I found a good mall. Thank God.
Oh. I'm putting on my liquid eyeliner. Okay.
That say there's no coercion, the dean, which means there's no, literally, you can't be coerced in matters of religion. And like I said, you have your religion, I have mine. So he was preaching that when he was leaking outnumbered because he had.
And if so, tell me what it means when a person describes the character of another person. A single year can be sufficient to describe an aspects of a person's character depending on the nature, consistency, and context of the conduct observed during that period. Character is not a snapshot of isolated acts, but an inference drawn from patterns of behavior where conduct over year is repeated, voluntary, and responsive to similar circumstances. It may be reasonably treated as probative of character. By contrast, when the year reflects atypical stressors, transient roles, or constrained circumstances, its descriptive value is limited. When a person describes the character of another, they are making a generalized attribution about the person's enduring traits, such as honesty, reliability, judgment, or temperament. Based on observed behavior over time, this is an act of abstraction. Specific actions are aggregated and translated into a claim about how that person is likely to act in the future or across situations. Such descriptions are inherently normative and probabilistic, not factual in the sense of discrete events, and their reliability depends on the observer's proximity, duration of observation, stability of the conditions under which the conduct occurred. Now Diego says, now explain to me briefly why it is important to employ significant events throughout a year as a way of determining or describing someone's character as opposed to using mundane uneventful situations in everyday life to describe the person's character.
Slow down. Learn how to read, please. I don't know if John is John following. Okay.
I am here. I am listening. And as you said, she is reading rather fast, but this is not an apology. See, Nora, I'm done, consulting on this. I've really given you my best work, and I don't think you've taken any notes. I don't think you even remember what I said to you. And this is not business professional. Diego is a businessman, and you are not being like a good secretary, aka a businesswoman. So I can only go so far with you before I have to say goodbye.
You see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. This is the disrespect. She can't help herself. She's compelled by it.
Don't be. How am I being disrespectful right now? Because I read too fast?
All of it.
I don't know, Diego. I love you even if you're mean to me.
I'm the mean one. See, this is how they turn it around, John. She's actually disrespecting you and me, but we're the mean
Well,
ones.
see, the thing is, this isn't.
I would never disrespect you, Diego, and I don't feel like I'm disrespecting music.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
isn't like attack Nora. This is more like, what's John's optimal decision-making process here? Do I continue to listen? Do I go on about my life and say, I don't, these are just voices on a fucking cell phone? I don't know where you live, who you are, what your real identity. I don't know anything about you. This is totally decentralized communication. But the point is, like, to attack Nora isn't even gonna, like, it's not gonna help. All we can do is try to implant neural words, language into her brain to hopefully say, so she can recall it. But Nora, we're trying to encourage you to take notes so you can refer to our to-do list for you. So you can say, you know what, I will do that. I will do that. I will do that.
But guys, even when it was describing character, it says that it's not based on, what does it say? Character is not a snapshot of isolated acts, but an inference drawn from patterns of behavior. So what happened in New York was an isolated act, Diego.
No. How many times have you been in a jail cell?
Twice. Well,
Okay.
3 times with New York. 3 times with New York.
But see, Diego, my point, Diego, my point here is we really have to remember the video in my PTR, because that video
That's
is.
That's what he's talking about. That's literally what Diego's talking about.
I get it, but you have to understand my idea for you in terms of your communication strategy is a response video, professional, in a suit, almost as if you were submitting a video resume. Because I have personally apologized to extremely powerful people, and they wanted me back in the fold.
You want me to send it to the ADO?
No, I want you to post it publicly on your on all your profiles, and then we're gonna start submitting it, and we're gonna get all these Jewish Instagrams. They will probably post it, because if you post a very sincere message and apology, to the Jewish community, they will love it, because you'll be giving them the content that they're looking for, which is contentment. Contentment, Princessa. Wait, hold on. You can say the word with me. Contentment. Say it. Contentment. Contentment. What does contentment mean?
They don't care about my people.
Stay focused here. Stay focused here.
She doesn't want to put in the hard work.
She doesn't want to put in any fucking work. She wants to come on here and do no fucking work. And she confirmed it last night. She's doing nothing. She does nothing. She's all talk. But the thing is, Nora, that's okay if you want to be all talk, but you got to create videos and put them out there in a professional way. It will help you so much, because your psychology is fucked. Your psychology is fucked, Nora. You are codependent on some fucking black and white photo of some Spanish telenovela movie star. Some guy who's already got. Jesus, Diego,
I'm trying to tell her.
Diego, you gotta get this girl to basically send you book reports. Otherwise, you're wasting her time. You're not her real boss. She's your fucking boss.
Good Lord.
I can't help my quote attachment to Diego.
So Luda, what's the next question in the thing?
Yeah. It was, now explain to me briefly why it is important to employ significant events throughout a year as a way of determining or describing someone's character, as opposed to using mundane, uneventful situations in everyday life to describe that person's character. Significant events are probative of character because they impose choice, pressure, and consequence. They require the individual to act when preferences conflict, costs are real, and outcomes matter. Conduct in such circumstances reveals priorities, judgment, and values with greater clarity than routine behavior, which is often habitual, constrained, or socially scripted. Mundane, uneventful situations tend to reflect compliance with norms rather than character. They offer limited insight because little is at stake and deviation is neither tested nor necessary. By contrast, significant events concentrate decision-making and expose how a person responds to risk, adversity, responsibility, or opportunity. For that reason, they provide a more reliable basis for drawing character inferences than ordinary, low-stakes daily conduct. When speaking about someone's character, and this is now Diego asking, when speaking about someone's character and trying to develop a picture of that person's character, why is it not appropriate to discuss their personal beliefs, but rather rely on factual events that cannot be documented? GPT says, personal beliefs are not an appropriate basis for describing character because they are internal, unverifiable, and often disconnected from conduct. Beliefs may be aspirational, situational, or rhetorical, and they do not reliably predict how a person will act when faced with real consequences or choices. As such, they provide no objective anchor for assessing character. Factual events, by contrast, are observable, documentable, and capable of independent verification. They reflect how a person actually exercised judgment, assumed responsibility, or responded to an obligation. Character, as a descriptive construct, is properly inferred from conduct that's demonstrated in concrete circumstances, not from stated beliefs or self-descriptions, which may be inconsistent with behavior or influenced by self-interest, hindsight, or narrative framing. He asks, for starters, a person who's faced with significant events that are documented and turns to defenses that involve belief as a starting trait of a person's character, what insight does that give you? GPT. It suggests that a person is trying to shift the evaluation from verifiable conduct to subjective interpretation, using, quote, belief, end quote, as a starting point functions as framing device. It asks the listener to excuse, rationalize, or recast documented events through an internal narrative that cannot be independently tested. That move can indicate, 1, weak confidence that the documented facts will be viewed favorably on their terms, 2, an effort to control the characterization of intent by substituting asserted mindset for observable choices, and or 3, a preference for a persuasion by identity or ideology rather than accountability to record evidence. It is not proof of bad character by
Read it
itself.
slower so that John can understand.
Okay, it is not proof of bad character by itself, but it is meaningful as to the advocate's strategy and the reliability of the characterization being offered. He says, let's begin with the first significant event of the year for the person that we're trying to build a character description for. We will, of course, tease out more information.
All right, hold on. Take a break. How much longer is this? Hello?
Pretty long.
It's very long.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's 12:44 here. We don't have all afternoon to spend listening to you read this without actually comprehending what we're even listening to. Because to me, it just sounds like I'm not paying attention and I'm doing things over here. So she's a good reader, Diego. What are you talking about, dude? You're the terrible reader. You're probably projecting.
I wrote all the questions and I'm starting to get numb. I'm starting to not understand what the conversation.
Well, then let's just take the deepest breath of the day and hold it for 10 seconds.
Diego, you can insult me. You can say whatever you'd like. It's not going to change how I feel, so you can try another.
Diego, you do realize you're talking with a girl who repeats herself 500 times a day. Princessia, I've never met somebody.
I don't do that with Diego, bro.
You just did it. You just did it. You just did it. What did you just say?
If I say it, I'll be repeating.
You don't even know what the fuck you just said.
I said nothing he says will change how I feel about him.
Exactly. You repeat that kind of shit over and over and over and over and over. You have a toxic, codependent relationship with a fucking chat app. You know, Diego's technically at this point a fucking AI chatbot. Because talking to somebody over the phone, anyways, it's not real. It's just, see, what I'm saying is this is the laziest.
The realness that we once had. I hold on to the realness that we once had.
Well, that's because an orgasm implants a very powerful connection. It's true. It's true. But the thing is, this is the laziest.
Are you saying that Diego gave me an orgasm?
I don't know if he's that good. The whole point is, this is the laziest form of conversation, and thus you are worthy of being mocked, okay? This is so stupid and so unprofessional and so pointless. There's no business purpose to this. We're trying. It's not mean. We're trying to fucking make you a winner. We're trying to make you a player. You know that song, Girls, because girls are players too. You see what I'm saying? We don't want you to be some fucking loser here because eventually this will collapse and you'll have nothing. We're trying to help you get something out of this. Do you get it? That's why shooting your apology video is your first step.
Because he has a loser. I do agree that.
You're not a loser if you do what we tell you to do. Then you're a fucking winner, but you don't have the experience that we do. Diego and I have both together have a lot of experience. We're giving you communication consulting advice. If you do it, you're a winner.